Hello YouTube, this is Darkon633 back with another toy review. This time we're going to take a look at the Justice League Action Battle Trap Batmobile and the standard 4.5-inch Batman in the Justice League Action toy line. Now this is actually my first review for the Justice League Action toys, and just having both in hand, I'm really impressed what Mattel has done for the basic line for the latest animated series. Anyways, we're going to take a look at the boxes first. Here we have the Batmobile's box. It's in this kind of open style box here. It had the missile launcher there up there, and shows pretty much what it can do on the back, including the special features and so on. And then, here is a look at the box for the standard figures. Now this is actually a pretty interesting looking box actually. It's pretty generic for just a standard kind of action figure, but it's really nice that we even have regular action figures in this line, since when it first was released it was stuck with the 2.5-inch figures. So it's nice that we have a standard line of figures there. And now we're going to take a look at the figures, well, the stuff here more closely. First, we're going to take a look at Batman. Batman's pretty generic in design. He does have a really nice cloth cape, although it's already kind of worn, even though it's only been like a day or two, just because it is made of a somewhat cheaper material, but it's good enough for a kid's toy. Articulation-wise, the head can swivel left and right. Unfortunately, it's not on a ball joint, it's just a standard swivel. He has ball-hinged shoulders, so that's nice. And he's got full rotation on the elbows with a standard elbow bend. He actually has 360 waist articulation, so that's really cool. Our movement in the hips, and fully jointed knees. But you're not going to get anything else in terms of articulation. Next, basically what this figure included was two accessories. This kind of grapple gun kind of style, and this kind of Batman blade thing. You can attach this like so. So it looks something like this. And it is on the instructions on the back of the box and so on that you can use this as some kind of jetpack. So it looks something like this. But you can also allow Batman to hold on to the weapon as well if you wish to. So he can just hold on to it like a bladed weapon, although it is really huge and looks ridiculous. He does have the ability to hold on to the grapple-like gun here. And by pressing this, it will fire the little projectile that it comes with. So that's pretty cool, I guess, for a kid's toy. Now we're going to look more closely at the actual Batmobile itself, which is actually a lot more impressive than I thought it was going to be. This particular Batmobile is around the $20 price point, and you're not going to get a whole lot from it just by design alone, but it does nice for what it can do, and I think the overall design is really cool. As you can see on the side of the vehicle, it does have a lot of little areas where you can attach weapons from the line in general. Since Batman's the only figure I have, that's about all I can do. But you can place them in various different locations throughout the vehicle. So that's cool. Next, what we're going to do is take the missile launcher that is packaged separately in the box up there. And you can open up this area and connect this. Before anything else, just to show, this weapon can also be held by the characters themselves too, although it's extremely oversized, so it's not something I think most kids would actually play with like that. Just to show the gimmick, this is spring-loaded. When you press this button, the front of the car opens up, and to make it easier, you do need to plug this in. So now you got it fully pressed down, and then when you press it, you see that the actual cannon does get exposed, and you can press the little button on the side in order to shoot it. This is basically kind of a net design, although it's not really too impressive. It's something nice, I guess, for kids they can play with. And what's really cool also is that you can open up the back here, and on the back of the box it shows that you can put a villain figure in the back as if you're trying to capture someone, but you can use this as a storage compartment as well. So it does have a very nice multi-purpose design, and you can actually fit a figure inside the vehicle as well. Looking more closely, you do see that it does have a fully molded steering wheel, although you can't really do anything. It doesn't really have any other painted designs or anything. It's just a standard molded steering wheel. But it does have a fully molded seat. So you can take Batman. You do need to play around with it a bit in order to get into position. But he does fit inside the Batmobile. So you're just going to slide this in. And personally, I think he looks pretty cool in here. So we're just going to quickly get his hands positioned so that it's a little bit towards the steering wheel itself. And as you can see, he does fit in very nicely. You can close the canopy, and now you got him fully armored up for pretty much to beat up the bad guys. This vehicle does obviously have full working tires, so that's really cool. And what's also really nice is the designs are all painted. I'm actually kind of surprised about that, especially for a $20 price point. Although there isn't a whole lot going for the vehicle, the areas which do have details actually are painted. So that's really cool that you can actually have that kind of design for a $20 price point. So, overall, I think both particular toys are really nice, and I think the Justice League action figures in general are really nicely made, especially for a kid's toy line. Obviously, they're a little bit smaller than some of the other toy lines that are going on right now, which are on the 5-inch point, not including the Star Wars figures, which are the 3 3/4 inch. So it's kind of like a mid-range between those two kind of lines. But I think Mattel did a pretty good job in designing the toys for a obviously younger demographic, although older fans can enjoy this too. I think this is pretty cool for a $20 price point and about an $8 or so price point for the figures. I think it's definitely worth what is in the package, so that's really nice. And I've seen some Batmobiles throughout the last couple of years, and they just don't really look too good for me. I think that they had way too many little gadgets and gizmos that are attached to it and just made it look kind of ridiculous. But at least they didn't overboard it with this vehicle, so it's definitely worthwhile if you're a fan of Batman or the Justice League in general. Anyways, I got both of these at ToysRUs.com, since as of right now, it's still kind of trickling out from time to time. I'm not quite sure where else it's going to be in store just yet, since I've only really heard that it's been spotted in Toys R Us stores and also some online stores. So your best bet is to probably check ToysRUs.com or in store, or maybe places like Amazon or BBTS and various other places. Anyways, please comment, subscribe, and check out Hero Club and Hero Taku. Also check out Twitter under Darkon633, and don't forget to check down the other channels down below. Please check the little bell at the bottom of the screen in order to see my content go up as soon as possible. I'm back with more Justice League and various other DC figures from time to time. But for now, I'll be seeing you later, YouTube. Bye.